is Emily Pipkin, and I moved to Williston about a year and a half ago. I moved to the area to be a hospice social worker and came just because I like being a gypsy and moving different places and experiencing new things. My parents were missionaries, so I grew up in India, in South India, in Tamil Nadu. And so from there we moved back when I was about 15, and I felt that we would get to go back overseas, and unfortunately, or I guess not unfortunately, but fortunately, my dad felt called to different areas and different ministries. So we moved to Springfield, Missouri. I went to school to become a social worker and was working back home when I was looking for other positions and found there were jobs in Williston and decided why not. So I moved out here and started working with hospice, and it's been very rewarding. From a young age, I just felt called to love people and to love those around me. And I think that was passed on by my heritage and from those around me who instilled in me to be generous to others and to love on others and to put others first. My grandma Lois, who recently passed away, she always told me to keep my eyes on Jesus and to also love those around me. And so that's what I put my focus on. For me, generosity is based on that love and the love that we show to other people. When I moved to Williston, just wanted to get actively involved. I am by myself or single, so I wanted to surround myself with other people and ministry that was working for others and to support other people. And I love children, so I got involved, of course, with the kids ministry here, and I've loved that. I have the opportunity of opening my home to an individual who's now my roommate, and we become very close. She's from Turkey, and so that's been really fun to get to know her more. For me, my generosity, I think, comes from my time and the quality of time that I want to spend with others and for others, and I just love people and love working with them.
Ooh,
I might just take over.
Yeah.
Don't be careful.
You know what? I would let you. I would totally let you. You mentioned a couple of things on there about your family. I know your family is super important to you. Can you just address maybe a couple of things that maybe your dad, you mentioned your grandma, what do they instill into your life in that area of not just like generosity per se, but not thinking of yourself, but focusing on other people? Can you just address that, what you saw in your grandparents and your parents and how they had that mentality?
Well, I think growing up overseas, they just always had the attitude to put others first, and that a lot of times their own needs were left behind, and it was more important to make sure that others were taken care of. And because of that, I think I've learned some of those values, and just knowing that that's something that I came from is so important to me.
What has it done? It's not about you, but generosity does something for you. What has it done for you?
Oh, it's just the best feeling in the world. I think it's the greatest high, if I'm allowed to say that in church, but
Absolutely.
It's the greatest feeling ever, and there's always stuff you can do more, even the littlest things, even just going and sitting by someone you see by themselves is going to add just a little bit to your own generosity and your own bank of emotions. And I just think that it doesn't take that much to be generous, and it doesn't take that much to go the extra step.
Why do you do it? You just
I
go.
think it's like you said, I just don't think about it.
You just go. Your motor, like I said, your motor doesn't stop. You're always doing something. You're running our angel tree, and you were highly influential. Not highly. You were the point person on the benefit that we provided for one of our families, and you're doing stuff in the kids ministry. Yesterday, you took a 5th grader, a 1st grader, a kindergartner, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old to a movie, and you paid for it by yourself. And why do you do it?
I think there's been so many opportunities or times that people have been so generous to me, and so if I don't do that, then that's not following what God's commanded me to do.
Well, Emily, first of all, this church owes a ton to you because you continue to, and I know you're going to shake your head, but it's true. You do a lot that most people in this room don't ever see. And for that, we are grateful. And it would be ridiculous for me to preach a message on generosity and not do something. A little birdie told me that your couch could use an upgrade. Is it true? Yeah? We bought you a couch. It's yours. And so...
Thank you.
That's a little bit, though. Couch isn't too much. It's just, we want to let you know that we love you. And I know it's not a huge deal, a couch. If you wanted to, you could probably save up and buy a couch, but like I said, you just dropped a bunch of money yesterday taking some kids to a movie. There was a theme in that video of your family. Family's pretty important to you. And you're heading home for Christmas. You're leaving when? Wednesday or Thursday. And you're driving. How long of a drive is that?
About 18 hours.
18 hours? That's a long drive. By yourself? That's a couple $100s of gas. What would I say if you're not driving home for Christmas, Robin? You're going to fly home for Christmas. We want you to maximize your time with your family because we know that it's tough for you. You've left your family to be here, and we know that. And so we want you to maximize your time this next week with them. So we haven't got the tickets yet because I didn't want to get them on the wrong day. So we'll get the tickets today, all right? And you're going to fly home, and then you don't have to drive 18 hours. That sounds horrendous, Emily. I'm just going to be honest with you. That sounds horrendous.
It's worth it.
What?
It's worth it.
It is worth it. It is worth it. We absolutely tricked you. The video was perfect, but that was my excuse to get you on stage. We love you, and I know you would never say you deserve this, but I know that that you do, because you give and you give and you give. And I know you never expect God to do anything for you. I know you don't. But God wants you to know He's pleased with you. And your generosity, He has taken notice of your generosity. I love you. Yep. I'll take this. You can go sit down.